there. How are things going? Sorry. This is for the characteristics of EBD. I'm going to be interviewing, guest, our school psychologist, Dwayne Ellenworth.
Hi, everybody.
Dwayne is, like you guys know, I work at Pine Island Public Schools. We are part of a collaborative called Zumbro Education District, which is made up of 7 school districts, and it's ZED, Zumbro Education District. There's a lot of special ed programming for our 7 districts, including school psychologists. So Dwayne is with Pine Island 3 days a week, and then he also works in our setting for 2 days a week as a school psychologist. He has many hats. He's also a certified CBI trainer. And how long have you been a school psychologist with Zed?
So I've been with Zed for 24 years, and I've been a school psychologist for 25.
Perfect. So lots of experience. I'm going to be just asking Sean some questions that you guys had submitted, and then you'll be getting an email as well. You'll have some reaction assignment as far as reactions to this interview and such. So here we go. The first question is, Sean, when first meeting a student with EBD, what do you do?
So I guess it depends on how I'm working with the student. If it's part of an evaluation or an assessment, most of the time I just kind of approach it the same way I would with really any student. I get, like EBD kids, most students are really cooperative in that kind of situation because I'm not really asking them to do anything that they don't want to do. And so generally they buy in pretty well to that. In other situations, if I'm working with EBD kids, like maybe in the classroom, or if there's like a crisis situation I'm working with, big thing, I try to be non-judgmental. I try to use phrases like, well, I noticed that you're having a tough time concentrating. Can you put your finger on what's going on, or whatever? I think that's probably a big tip, because I think EBD kids are always kind of on the lookout. They're really sensitive to that judgment piece. So I guess I just try to do that.
And I'm going to add a question. Special work is definitely part of all of our district special ed evaluations. And could you just talk about what your role is, what you do as part of a special ed evaluation, what types of things?
For EBD students?
EBD or even special ed in general.
Okay. So a big part of my job, and really any psych's job, at least in the state of Minnesota, is the self-assessment part. So I'll do direct testing with the student doing IQ testing. For behavior referrals, then we also do. I send out behavior checklists to teachers and parents. I generally interview the parent as part of the FBA process. Do observations, and then big part of it is kind of explaining all of that to the parents. Not really explaining all of that, but sort of judging what the parent is and picking out 2 or 3 pieces of real important information that I want to get across in that meeting, and also helping them understand the educational disability, whatever it is, the EBD, developmental cognitive disabilities, learning disabilities, things like that, and try to help the student explain it to the student, I guess, in a way that takes their age and development and emotional age in consideration.
So a real general question here is, what is the most challenging part of your job as a school psychologist?
It's funny when you say that. I think about 5 things. It's like, this is an easy question because it's like the older I get, the more challenging it is getting. But so I would say from like a potential, paperwork is a big challenge. Not a challenge to complete reports and things like that, but just to manage that weight of paperwork. Eval reports, looking at IEPs, functional behavior assessments, positive behavior supports, behavior intervention plans, all of that paperwork really can sometimes be difficult to manage that. So you have to put in a lot of times. You guys, if you end up in the special ed route, you'll need to figure out a way to manage your own paperwork situations. I think that one of the more challenging pieces for me also is it's kind of breaking bad news to parents sometimes, especially if it's a student with like a lower IQ or something that might be a long-term disability. It's that takes a little bit out of the professional kind of emotionally, but it's something that I really work hard at. I think I'm pretty good at it.
And it's already understated the best part of his job is working with me as the special ed director. So let's skip that question. Um, so have you seen a change in family and student attitudes when disabilities are discussed, particularly EBD?
Um, Seen a change. I think in general, parents are probably more savvy, maybe kind of come in with a little bit more knowledge and information about support services in some ways. So I think that has changed. Otherwise, it's tough to say because every parent comes at school and education and from their own perspective based on their own experiences. We as teachers generally had pretty good experiences in school. We're generally probably pretty good at it, so we want to go back and work in those things. Some parents really haven't, and so they come in to the school with just a different kind of framework that you have to understand and kind of, not to use the psychobabble, but you kind of do have to meet them where they're at and try to understand where they're
Right. And like we talked about, we were talking about mental illness, and then there's definitely parents, low IQ, those types of things. It's the understanding, and that's the challenge that Worth and the whole IEP team really have to communicate with those parents. So what do you do, or how do you react when families refuse, to look at EBD? So we're at the beginning of talking about special education. There's an obvious need to look at that, or what do you do in those cases when they just refuse?
Kind of what I guess my approach is I still view the parent as the real expert on the student. So we give a lot of weight, to what the parent thinks and wants and stuff. But in a situation like that, we try to be pretty honest too and just say, here's what we're recommending. We're recommending that we do this assessment to look at your child's strengths and weaknesses and to see if they're eligible for special education services. And we try to dispel any myths that parents might have about special education. I'm still surprised at the number of parents that I meet with or talk with who think special education is pull out. They're going to pull my kid out of class all day. They're going to send them to a special school because that was maybe what they experienced, growing up or whatever. And so you have to make sure that you're kind of all on the same page and understanding each other pretty well. We're pretty frank about saying we really do recommend this. And then if the parent really is adamant, then we just try to keep working with the kid, letting the parent know what other supports are out there, but not being real pushy about going through the special education part if they're adamant.
Um, so with how much regularity do you meet with students with a disability, especially those EBD students?
So, like I said, a lot of the school sites in Minnesota, the primary job is assessment. So it's kind of a hit and run type of thing. So you're meeting with them at the initial referral part and then 3 years down the road. I've been trying now, I try to kind of talk with the case managers and get maybe one or two students who they really are scratching their head with and need more data because, I'm pretty good at collecting data. And then I'll try to maybe observe those particular students more often meet with them, you know, on a more type of regular basis. But it really depends, you know, we're kind of a slave to the referral process too. So when we have a lot of assessments, my ability to meet with kids is, you know, takes a hit. So EBD teachers and the school counselors definitely have, the ones I work with are great about supporting the kids.
Yep. We kind of talked about that. So, is there any advice you can give to brand new special ed teachers, particularly EBD teachers, or like our class? Hopefully, EBD teachers waiting in the wings. Is there any advice you give them to get into the profession?
You know, there's a couple things I'd say. The first one is think relationship. So the more you can build a relationship with the student, the more you're going to have that kind of, they'll have that kind of bank of goodwill where when you're really up against it, or that kid's up against it, you're able to take out a withdrawal from that bank of goodwill that you've met with that you've developed with that kid. Keep in mind, you know, most CBD kids, also, you know, they don't really want another therapist in their life, another counselor. What they need is an ally. So, as somebody who's going to be giving them boundaries, giving them good advice on decision making and stuff like that. So, first off, relationship. Second, you have to forgive, and forget. You have to have thick skin. Try to understand what, especially with acting out kids, a lot of the stuff that comes out of their mouth is just, when they're upset, is just verbal debris. Not really aimed. I mean, it might be aimed at you as the important person in their life at school. But you know, you just try every day to not hold it against them. Come back every day fresh. And then thirdly, I would say take care of yourselves. I mean, it's really a cliche, maybe it comes around a lot, but if you don't have good supports, both with your coworkers and with people who are important in your life outside of school, if you aren't trying to take care of yourself, keeping track of your own mental health, it's can be really hard. So the burnout rate can happen even faster, and you just can't serve your students well. So I would say those are three of the big things.
All right. Well, that concludes our interview, and you'll be getting information about this and reaction. And thank you, Ms. Elliott.
Yeah, absolutely, and thank you guys. I mean, for being, you know, to want to work with some of our neediest kids, and you'll always have great jobs. I'll tell you that. So, thank you. Good luck.
All right. Thank you, guys.